Hello friends, it's Kik here, and in today's episode you'll meet the Android Optimus showing off its impressive one-legged balance and everything it has learned this year. You'll discover the issues iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max face with their processors, how much titanium really is in the iPhone 15 Pro Max's body, and why new devices suddenly fail to recognize their own original components. We'll also explore the boat mode of the BYD off-road vehicle in practical tests. Joby Aviation has delivered its first air vehicle to the US Air Force, and a NASA capsule has brought back asteroid samples from deep space. All this and much more right now. Let's dive in. We'll start today's episode with the Optimus robot, which, according to Elon Musk's vision, is intended to become an indispensable human assistant in daily life and has showcased several new tricks. When Elon Musk introduced the Tesla bot Android robot in 2021 and announced that it's actually the primary product of his company, many perceived his statement as a diversion tactic from pressing issues with autonomous technology and other challenges Tesla was facing. The fact that a dancer in a suit rather than a real robot appeared on stage didn't bolster confidence in Musk's declaration. The prototype that appeared shortly after was not impressive either. It could barely walk and give a mechanical wave. However, gradually the android named Optimus became more skilled. In March 2022, Tesla demonstrated how two robots assemble a third one from parts. And by the summer of that year, it was known that the first batch of Optimuses had already been deployed in company showrooms to aid in selling electric cars. In a new video, Optimus displays the ability to autonomously sort items with human-like precision and speed. The movements have become more confident. The android can now maintain balance standing on one leg. Its training, like the autonomous systems of Tesla vehicles, is conducted using end-to-end neural networks. Optimus can now sort items autonomously, the robot's blog stated on social media X. Its neural network underwent end-to-end training, taking video input and outputting parameter settings. Join the development of Optimus and help it with yoga classes. Optimus's capabilities have improved so dramatically that it almost looks like CGI, but it seems that Tesla indeed has several working Android prototypes capable of performing such complex tasks. In the recent past, Musk stated that the Optimus developer team is seriously underestimated. According to Musk's predictions, the demand for a humanoid robot capable of doing household chores will range from 10 to 20 billion units. In the long run, the profit from sales is expected to constitute Tesla's main revenue stream. Meanwhile, Joby Aviation has delivered its first aerial vehicle to the US Air Force. Joby Aviation's chances of becoming the first fully certified supplier of electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, eVTOL, in the United States are increasing. It seems that securing a contract with the military was a strategically right move for the company. As representatives of Joby proudly announced recently, the startup delivered the first batch of eVTOLs to the customer ahead of schedule. Another significant boost in the startup's development came from substantial financing from Intel, JetBlue, and especially Toyota, which became Joby's main partner and helped set up production. Over the past year, representatives of the Air Force and Marines have repeatedly visited Joby's test site and workshop in California, and 4 pilots have already completed a remote control course for the aircraft, the civilian version of which is designed for 4 passengers and has a range of 240 kilometers. The electric air taxi received by the military will serve as an experimental model, performing supply tasks on the airbase territory. In addition, NASA specialists plan to study the airspace using it. Now let's take a look at what's happening on the ground, and things aren't looking too good for those in Cupertino. More detailed tests of the new Apple smartphones have started to emerge online, indicating that the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max are experiencing significant throttling issues. As a result, they perform even worse in games than their predecessors equipped with less powerful processors. The iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max feature the world's first 3nm A17 Pro processor, whose graphics subsystem is 20% faster than the A16 Bionic, as already confirmed by synthetic tests. However, as is often the case, benchmark results don't always correlate with real-world device performance. It turns out the problem is related to the A17 Pro processor overheating. Under load, the area of the casing above the chip can heat up to 48 degrees Celsius, which is quite high for smartphones. It's expected that in a year, Apple will transition to TSMC's more advanced N3E manufacturing process with significantly improved energy efficiency. In light of this, rumors have begun to spread online suggesting that Apple intentionally reduced the battery life of older iPhone models with the iOS 17 update so they wouldn't appear superior to the new devices. And now, our longtime friend Zach, the creator of the Jerry Rig Everything channel, often criticizes Apple for the complexity of repairing their devices. This time, he decided to disassemble the iPhone 15 Pro Max and found a multitude of screws that needed to be removed to access the titanium frame. After stripping it down to just the metal frame, he checked the material of the inner part. Indeed, Apple didn't deceive. It was aluminum on the inside. Curious about how the company fused the two metals, the blogger decided to saw the frame in half. As a result, he saw two distinct shades of metal, the silvery hue of aluminum on the inside and the golden tint of titanium on the outside. Measurements revealed that the titanium thickness in the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max is 1 millimeter. Zach acknowledged that joining two metals is a complex process and commended Apple for the quality of their craftsmanship. iFixit experts disassembled the iPhone 15 Pro Max to assess its repairability. Despite having a removable back cover, it scored quite low. What affected the overall score most was the peculiar forgetfulness of the device, which stopped recognizing its own original components on the go. Last year, the repairability of the iPhone 14 Pro Max was rated at 6 out of 10 possible points. The new model received only a 4. The issue was that after disassembly, it proved impossible to reassemble the smartphone while retaining full functionality. Specifically, when reinstalling original components taken from the same device, the LiDAR, Face ID scanner, front camera, and auto brightness sensor ceased to work. Apple itself has not commented on this particular feature of the device. Alright, let's leave Apple with the issues of their new devices and move on to BYD to see how they tested the boat mode of their SUV in real-life conditions. Introduced earlier this year, the premium-class electric SUV Yangwang U8 boasts a range of intriguing features, among which the ability to navigate deep waters and even swim fully stands out. The Yangwang U8 is equipped with 4 electric motors, collectively generating 1,184 horsepower. Additionally, it employs a technology allowing independent suspension adjustment for each wheel. This enables the car, for instance, to rotate in place by 360 degrees. Even more impressive is the SUV's capability to traverse bodies of water. The base model can enter water up to 1 meter deep, while the Off-Road Master Edition comes with a snorkel, allowing it to submerge up to 1.4 meters. If the SUV enters water deeper than the aforementioned depths, it will switch to a special swimming mode. Using onboard sensors, the SUV automatically raises its suspension, shuts down the engine, switches the internal heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system to recirculation mode, closes the windows, and opens the hatch, providing passengers with an emergency evacuation route. According to the manufacturer, in this mode, the Yangwang U8 can stay afloat for up to 30 minutes and swim at a speed of 3 km/h or 1.6 knots using its wheels as propellers. In October, the Yangwang U8 will go on sale in the Premium Edition trim, priced at around $149,000. The price of the Off-Road Master Edition will be announced later. Researchers from the University of Washington have developed tiny microphone robots capable of shielding noise around a user. A group of such bots can also function as a portable noise-canceling microphone array for live broadcasts from conference halls. The robots use built-in microphones and speakers to move across table surfaces using sonar, dodging obstacles and spreading out as widely as possible to maximize the time difference between microphones. The developers suggest numerous potential applications for their audio bots. For instance, a television could hear only the commands of a person sitting on the couch in front of it, ignoring all other sounds in the room, or in a noisy cafe setting, a waiter could clearly hear the customers in front of him. And what's a Geek episode without some space news? After completing a 7-year mission and traveling over 6 billion kilometers, the OSIRIS-REx capsule has returned to Earth with samples from the asteroid Bennu. Scientists hope these samples will help unlock new mysteries of the solar system and shed light on the origins of life on our planet. The capsule landed in a testing range in the U.S. state of Utah and was taken to a research laboratory to clean the exterior of Earth contaminants. According to scientists, it might take days or even weeks before they truly understand what lies inside the container. The exact volume of the material collected from the asteroid's surface remains undetermined. Earlier, using images captured by the spacecraft's camera, researchers observed so-called hydrothermal mineral deposits on Bennu, which are believed to have formed early in the solar system's history. The scientists aim to find traces of organics in the samples, specifically amino acids, the building blocks of proteins. This will provide better insights into how life might have emerged on Earth billions of years ago. The analysis will be undertaken by hundreds of experts in 60 laboratories worldwide. The first to examine the space rocks will be staff at the Johnson Space Center in Houston. And that's all we have for today. Thank you for watching. Peace to your home.